you about, how's the running back room looking compared to last year? I mean, you have a lot of returning guys, but you also have some newcomers who can make a big impact. What's that dynamic like?
Right now, I think we're in a really, really good spot compared to last year. Of course, we love to have Izzy here still, but now that he's gone, I don't think there's any drop-off. I think as a whole group, I think we took a step this year, this spring, and it's still early. As far as our newcomers, speaking specifically for TJ, he's really natural, very natural. He's got some, he's raw though. He's got some things that he's got to work on. But coming in as a freshman, an early enrollee at that, he's ahead of the curve. Derek, coming from playing defense last year to now, today specifically, I think he took another step. He's a physical specimen, looks great. But now today, he was running behind his pads. He was being decisive with his cuts. He was hitting the hole, and he looked like he's been here, never took any time off. So I think we're in a great spot. And I want to mention DC and Rod. Like I said, great spot. He took steps even from last year, all of us, so great spot.
You're the veteran guy who's now had a year in the room, your experience. Has Andre leaned on you to kind of be more of a role model and set a tone for some of the younger guys and the new guys going?
I think he definitely leans on us. He talks about leadership a lot. I don't think he's more of a guider, so he talks about leadership a lot, but he wants us to take that initiative. And I think just with him giving that little nudge, I think me, Rodney, DC, and I have taken a little initiative and having the young guys lean on us. And right now, it's like I said, it's a great relationship. It's a great chemistry. They're learning. They're asking questions. And anytime we see something, coach doesn't even have to say stuff. Most of the time, one of us three is talking to them. And even Derek, because Derek is very smart, so he can even help the younger TJ as well. So but it's just been all around a lot of, I don't know, we just feeding off of each other, teaching each other, learning from each other, because I'm still learning from them and seeing them. And if I see them do something that may not have been, correct, or maybe it was right, now I'm thinking about that too. So now when it comes, and I'm in that position, now I can either, go back to what they did. You know what I mean?
There seems to be a lot of depth running back, but there's only one football. How's that working out?
Can I hear that again?
There's only one football, but there's a lot of guys who want to carry it.
I mean, like you said, there is a lot of depth. I don't really have control over where the ball goes, It's up to the play call, whoever they put in, but just know whoever's out there is going to perform. You're not going to see much drop-off. I'm not even going to say much. You're not going to see any drop-off. So just stay tuned for that, and just know, Pitt fans, we're in great hands, whoever's on that field. I'll be honest, even the younger guys, we got somebody to guide them.
We've heard a lot of talk about how you guys might be throwing the ball more, how the passing attack just seems a lot more comfortable. Do you think you guys could be utilized a lot more in the passing game this year?
I was literally just talking to DC and Rod about this earlier. We definitely have been throwing the ball a lot. Our receivers, as an offense, we've all taken a step. Our receivers, we got guys that are stepping up into the roles that like Jay Wayne was in, and they did that last year, but they're even more vets now. And so as far as the receivers, they're looking fantastic this year, and they're opening things up for the run game. But as well as us in the passing game, we're getting in the passing game. We're putting in new plays, targeting us more, and I think we're going to be a huge factor. But I was just telling DC and Rod earlier, Phil, he's been checking the ball down, and I didn't know if they noticed it, but that's one thing that we're looking forward to is he's getting to the check downs, getting us out in space. So having us in space, I think you're going to see some great things this year.
Is that a way that they can get, so many of you guys touches where if someone has the hot hand running the ball, they can split one of you guys out in the slot or something like that?
Yes, for sure. I mean, we've been two backs a lot anyway. I don't want to give up too much, but I mean, sorry about that. But they can't handle it. They can't handle it. Yeah. But you'll see a lot of it. Right. I think so. I think people are just going to have to stay on their toes. They're going to have to stay true to everything. You can't just play one thing heavily. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it.
You've brought up TJ a few times. What's the one thing that stands out to you about him, and how does he maybe profile, or what's his style as a runner?
So I'm a little fond of TJ specifically. I mean, not specifically, but I may be a little biased because he's from Georgia. He's from South Georgia, my area. And his style kind of resembles mine. I feel like he's coming in raw. He reminds me a lot of myself coming in raw, but he sees the cuts. He he's physical. He's not scared of the contact. He's working on his pad level one, like for right now, because I mean, coming out of high school, you can just run through those guys. But now we're, college. You got to get your pads down. So that's his one thing. Once he gets that down, like I said, he can see the cuts already. He's not scared to stick his nose in there, and I don't know. I'm really excited for him. Excited to have him. He's taken from. Oh, and another big thing about him, the dude studies. He's learning quick. Like, it's a lot to take in with protections, because we weren't throwing. He doesn't throw the ball in high school. Like, we weren't protecting. So him coming in now, it's just awesome seeing how much he's grown from day one to now. So he's gonna be in a great spot.
Izzy last year was a guy who got so many of his yards on the big runs. I think something like 40% of his yards came on long runs. Do you guys feel like you have that element this year, or could this be more of a running back room that just kind of grinds down the field, just kind of pushes defenses down the field 5 yards at a time, that kind of thing?
I think you got both. We got the best of both worlds. We can strike from anywhere, or we can get into those heavy packages and we can run that thing, like line up mentality, reestablish the line of scrimmage. I'm talking 14, 15, 16 plays. We can do that, or we can go out there and we can 2 plays, strike a big run. We got guys who can finish that run. So,
Any trick plays we should know about? Any halfback pass?
Yeah, getting that from you. Yeah, getting that.
Just check it.
How's your arm? I mean, just
Have you ever thrown a
hypothetically,
pass
can
in a
you
game?
throw the ball?
Not in college, but I mean, high school they call me, Lamar Jackson sometimes. Yeah.
You're getting in here essentially with 2 new quarterbacks with Phil and Christian. I know Nate's been here, but just what's your experience been like working with those two?
So from not just those two guys, every quarterback in that room has a cannon. So that's the first thing. I think you don't see that very often where everybody has a cannon. You're gonna have a touch passer, you're gonna have people who anticipate, but every one of them has a cannon. Every one of them is good with anticipating balls. Like I said, I'm confident with anybody who's in there. Like, even we already know what Nate can do. He stepped up for us big last year. He stepped up for us big last year. Christian, he came in immediately, and we did a lot of work before spring ball started, just getting that chemistry down. So like the transition was smooth with Phil and Christian. The transition was smooth. Nate already had it, and then I think having Nate, because Nate is young, but I think he's very much like a veteran. So as far as like run tracks or how wide to get, they were able to get that from him. You know what I mean? So it's good to have. We have a lot of chemistry on this team and this offense right now. I'm loving it.
You got to spend more time on the jugs as running backs to get used to some of the hard
Yeah, I'm going to hit the jugs right now as soon as I get done. But yeah.